Welcome to WHHI News. I'm McNair, and here's a look at your headlines. There's good news and bad news when it comes to crime statistics in South Carolina. The state's murder rate has gone up, while the rate of other major crimes has declined. According to the Centers for Disease Control, last year, the Palmetto State's murder rate rose to a near 30-year high. South Carolina's homicide rate is the 6th highest of all states in the nation. Now to the good news, the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division, or SLED, reports that the rates of crimes for robbery, assault, sexual battery, arson, and burglary have all declined. Well, former South Carolina governor and past UN ambassador Nikki Haley says she and her family will use the holiday season to weigh whether or not she'll run for president. This week, Haley spoke at Clemson University and said, quote, "We are taking the holidays to kind of look at what the situation is. If we decide to get into it, we'll put 1,000% in and we'll finish it," end quote. Well, Jasper County School District officials say a loaded gun clip was confiscated from a student at Ridgeland Secondary Academy of Excellence. On Wednesday morning, the device was discovered when the student went through the school's metal detectors. School officials say the student was not carrying a gun, and in no time was anyone on that campus in danger. South Carolina's 2 U.S. senators voted against a bill aimed at protecting same-sex and interracial marriage rights. Despite Senators Lindsey Graham and Tim Scott's no votes, the Respect for Marriage Act passed the U.S. Senate this week in a 61-36 vote, with 12 Republicans joining Democrats in support of that bill. The Senate amended bill now returns to the House for another vote. While the 13-foot-long alligator, known by Sea Pines Plantation residents as Big George, is no longer part of that Hilton Head Island community. Sea Pines resident Terry Weiss, who lives across the street from the lagoon where the alligator lived, told the Island Packet that the gator was shot and killed by Community Services Associates, or CSA. The newspaper reports that while residents agree Big George's death is tragic, they're divided on whether it was necessary to kill the approximately 50-year-old alligator. A Yamasee man is under arrest for allegedly trying to take hundreds of blue crabs in northern Beaufort County while fishing on a suspended commercial fishing license. According to a Department of Natural Resources spokesperson, 78-year-old George Roush was apprehended along Wimby Creek with around 850 crabs. The DNR says Roush's commercial license was suspended back in June of 2021 after he was caught tampering with other people's crab traps. In real estate news, South Carolina home sales were down in every major housing market across the state in October. According to the South Carolina Realtors Association, transactions were down 23% in October of 22 when compared to October of last year. Past president of South Carolina Realtors Group, Owen Tyler, told the Post and Courier that agents across the state say the market feels more like 2019, which saw good sales before the then pandemic's craze sales period began. For more on these stories, be sure to check out the media sources on your screen, and be sure to look for us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. If you have a news idea for us, a story, or you'd like an in-studio interview, please email us at news@WHHITV.com. Okay, now it's time for sports, and with that, here's Justin Jarrett.
Hey, it's time for Last Night in the Loco on WHHI, powered by LocoSports.com. And it's almost time to find out if the Beaufort Eagles can bring a long-awaited South Carolina High School League football state championship back to the Loco. At 7 p.m. tonight at Benedict College in Columbia, the Eagles will play for all the marbles for the second straight year. And after a disappointing showing in a blowout loss to South Point in last year's Class 4A state championship game, Bryce Liburn's squad goes into Thursday's Class 3A title tilt with the Powdersville Patriots with only one thing in mind: winning it all. No public school team from Beaufort County has won a state football title since 1945, but this Beaufort team has the goods to deliver the big one, starting up front with a dominant offensive line that has paved the way for Casey Fields to rush for over 2,000 yards and 29 touchdowns in just 10 games since moving to the backfield. And now he's flanked by Magic Man Colton Ferris and dynamic sophomore quarterback Samari Bonds to form a lethal combination of weapons. That's not to undersell the Beaufort defense led by coordinator Rob Gorel, which has used an all-around team effort to get the job done when it mattered most all season against some stiff competition. The Eagles are also solid on special teams, and they've had to rally from behind in each of their last 3 playoff games. This team never panics, and that's why they have a great chance to deliver a long overdue trophy to the Loco. For Loco Sports and WHHI, I'm Justin Jarrett. Until the final whistle, go Loco.
Great, Justin, thanks. It's weather time, and who's got that for you? It's Maria.
Thanks, Allie. Yep, so taking a look ahead, it does look like we're going to see some nice weather this weekend, lots of sun, warmer temperatures, and then at the beginning of next week is when we're going to see that second cold front come through. We're going to see a drop in temperature and some rain throughout the day. But taking a look at Friday, it's going to be sunny in the morning, then partly cloudy the rest of the day. Hilton has going to have a high 65, a low of 47. Bluffton's going to have a high 65, a low of 44. And Beaufort's going to have a high 66 and a low of 43. The sunrise for Friday is going to be at 7:07 and sunset's going to be at 5:18. Taking a look at the beach tides, low tide's going to be at 11:30 a.m. and high tide's going to be at 4:39 p.m. Taking a look into the weekend and into next week, Saturday is going to be sunny and warm with highs in the 70s and lows in the 50s. Come Sunday, that's going to be the day we see the temperature drop. It's going to be cloudy and cooler with the highs and the lows both being in the 50s. And then come Monday, it's going to be cloudy in the morning, and then we're going to see scattered showers throughout the day and into the evening. And once again, the highs and the lows are going to be in the 50s. That's it for today. Let's head back to the desk.
Thanks, Maria. When we come back, we're going to find out about one farm where they say, you want a Christmas tree for the holidays? You can pay us what you can afford. That's up next.